Today is Friday, September 13th. This is Noreen Johnson, and here are the good news headlines of the day. A new poll by Pew Research Center shows a slim majority of U.S. Catholics intending to cast their ballot for former President Donald Trump in November, with Trump and Democratic candidate Vice President Kamala Harris in a dead heat among the entire electorate as the election contest enters its final weeks. The poll released Monday found that U.S. religious groups that traditionally have leaned Republican are backing former President Donald Trump by wide margins, while groups that have historically backed Democrats are mostly supporting Vice President Kamala Harris. Among Catholics, 52% said they were backing Trump in the race, compared with 47% who said they favored Harris. Trump's support rose to 61% among white Catholics, while Harris commanded a sizable 65% share of Hispanic Catholics. President Joe Biden was captured on video Wednesday as he donned a bright red Trump hat while he met with firefighters in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, on the 23rd anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. In the brief video clip, Biden is handed the baseball cap, red, with an American flag across the bill and the name Trump in bold lettering across the front. The president did not appear to look at the hat before putting it on his head, smiling as he placed it on top of the hat he was already wearing. Biden, who was in Shanksville to honor the memories of those lost in those 2001 terrorist attacks, had been criticized earlier for his flippant remark about his plan to do 9/11 on the 23rd anniversary Wednesday. And then former President Donald Trump declared Thursday that he would not participate in another debate against Vice President Kamala Harris, who signaled that she wants a second face-off. But this is only after getting favorable treatment by the moderators during their first match held by ABC News earlier this week. Trump said this in a post to Truth Social. "She and Crooked Joe have destroyed our country with millions of criminals and mentally deranged people pouring into the USA, totally unchecked and unvetted, and with inflation bankrupting our middle class." Harris and Trump clashed on Tuesday about such issues as abortion, the economy, national security, and border security. Despite Trump claiming he won the debate, some early post-debate polls have shown viewers believe Harris performed better than him. At the end of his statement, Trump emphasized Kamala should focus on what she should have done during these last almost 4-year period. There will be no third debate. The Biden administration imposed sanctions Thursday against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and several of his associates for undermining the electoral process and violating the civil and human rights of its citizens. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre announced the sanctions while speaking to reporters during a briefing Thursday, saying this: "President Biden's approach to foreign policy in the Western Hemisphere has been based on his belief that democracy is fundamentally vital for sustained economic prosperity and security. Now, Venezuela is no exception, and the blatant electoral fraud following the July 28th presidential elections must continue to be condemned, and those obstructing democracy held accountable." In August of 2019, President Trump issued Executive Order 13884, which prohibits U.S. persons from engaging in transactions with persons who have acted or purported to act directly or indirectly for or on behalf of the government of Venezuela, including as a member of the Maduro regime. To protect U.S. national security and foreign policy interests, the Department of Commerce has also imposed export controls for items intended entirely or in part for a Venezuelan military or military intelligence end user, according to the Department of Justice. And then today, September 13th, marks the feast day of St. John Chrysostom. St. John is a doctor of the church, a bishop from the 5th century whose fiery and powerful preaching earned him the name Chrysostom, meaning golden mouth. He was known for being able to speak the hearts of people who felt stuck in sin, and in 1908, Pope Pius X named him the patron saint of preachers. St. John Chrysostom, pray for us. And those are your daily good news headlines. This is Catholics for Catholics. May God bless you, and may God bless the USA.